Hey, what's happening to you guys? Pyros here and welcome back to another video. Now, before I go into this, I just have to say that I am a little bit sick, so I do sound, a lot more weirder than usual. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about the Joker movie. You guys have heard it numerous times over the news, media, all the rhetorics about this film being the catalyst for potential mass shooters over in the US. You've heard news about the US, I believe, the government hiring military forces to patrol the cinemas where the movie is going to be premiering to kind of prepare for the potential mass shooting that this movie will end up creating. There was so much negative press for this movie before the movie actually came out. Now, I went and saw it on the day that it was released. I wrote my review in my blog on thegeekempire.com. You can check it down in the description below. But I wanted to give you guys my thoughts and opinion on how I felt, how the media kind of almost destroyed a really good movie. Like, the movie was really, really good. I have my gripes with it here and there, but overall, it was a 9 out of 10 movie. It was 9 out of 10. Like, I didn't give it a score in my actual review, but if I'm just talking to an average person, I'll just say, yeah, it's 9 out of 10. The movie was kind of highlighting a lot of the issues in society. We got a really good dive into the mindset of the Joker. We know the Joker is supposed to be an insane guy. He's mentally ill. He's supposed to be fucking messed up. But we saw just how messed up he is, and we saw the causes for his messed up. Like, it didn't take him one day to be a fucking psychopath. This is a procedure that has happened since the moment he was born, essentially. He just was fucked up time and time and time again, and he just finally snapped. Really good movie. I would recommend anyone to go and watch it. And I think this movie is one of those movies where everyone that goes and watches this movie will have different interpretation as to what the movie is supposed to be all about. Because as I was leaving the theater, I was listening to two people talking behind me, and their interpretation for this movie was completely different from the way I interpreted the movie, which is really interesting because then you can have a bunch of discussions and dialogue and just see what people thought about the movie essentially. But my biggest problem, I guess, with this movie isn't even with the movie itself, it's just how people overreacted. And it's kind of a little bit hypocritical when you think about it, because we've seen movies in the past, like John Wick. I'm gonna use John Wick as the biggest example. I've never seen John Wick. I know this is gonna sound blasphemy for some of you guys, but I haven't seen it yet, but I know the concept behind John Wick. I've seen some clips here and there on YouTube, and some of them can range from 5 minutes to 10 minutes. I have a gist of an idea of what John Wick is all about. It's about a guy that goes around and kills people in the most craziest way possible. Like, the entire premise of the movie is just to see how creative he's gonna be able to kill each and every single person he goes into. You never hear the media kind of like, slam this movie for being horrible, because he's using guns, he's using violence, he's using all that crazy stuff. But with the Joker, before this movie even came out, it got slammed for potential incel vibe. It's a guy who's living with his mom and trying to make means end with his current lifestyle, and to the media, he's an incel. But it's like, it's kind of interesting how society wants to solve the world's problem, but they're not willing enough to just understand that society is the cause for most of the problem. Like, society is the one that ends up creating the monsters that we have today, essentially. And for me, I guess, if I were to just summarize this movie down to a really short summary, I guess, from what I understood of this, is that it wouldn't kill anyone just to be nice to someone. It doesn't matter if you don't know them or not. A simple smile or a simple, nice gesture can go a long way to potentially not creating a psychopath in society. But no, overall, like, I just think that the reaction was so fucking stupid. I'm gonna be honest with you, it was ridiculously stupid. It almost destroyed a potential really great movie. Like, this movie's gonna go down as one of the great movies of all time. Not of all time, actually. Let me retract that back. Just one of the good movies that people will remember for some time eventually. Yeah. As a comic book movie, I'm gonna be honest with you, it didn't feel like a comic book movie at all. It just felt like an actual psycho thriller movie with some elements of comic book heroes, or comic book villain to be more precise. mixed in. So we have obviously the Joker slowly becoming the clown prince of crime. We saw Bruce Wayne. Actually, Bruce Wayne, the kid who played Bruce Wayne, he was weird in that movie. He had no emotion, which is weird. I mean, this is gonna be a little bit of a spoiler, but when Arthur met up with Bruce Wayne, he put his finger in the kid's mouth. You would think that after doing that, you'd back off. No, he just stood there and took it all in. It's like, come on, bro. But no, like, and also when his parents died, no reaction. I don't know if this kid was just some type of stand-in, because he didn't have much of a role. But it's like, come on. Everyone else was given such a, stellar performance, and this kid is just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just picking on this kid too much, but that was just one of the little gripes that I had with the movie. But no, I think this really highlights the shift between the critics and the public. The critics were just on some agenda. They didn't look at this movie for what it is. A movie a movie about a psychopathic clown who doesn't care about starting a mass movement, who doesn't care about sending a message or doing this and that. He's just a guy who views his life as a comedy, and he finds things funny that we would find sickening. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to think, like, that's it. It's just frustrating to really think that. And in terms of mass shooting, this guy didn't even do mass shooting. If I were to count up a total of how many people this guy killed, it's 6. 6 people. And that's it. And the rioting and the craziness that took place in this movie, he didn't even start them. These were like a result of what he's done, but I don't know, he didn't start any of the rioting of kill the rich and all that stuff. He just happens to have been the catalyst for all that stuff. No, but overall, I don't want to keep this video too long. Go watch the movie. It's super great. Don't listen to the people who... I've seen articles of people calling this movie a disgrace. Not a disgrace, but... let me just read up an article. Like, if you just type in Joker review... I'm gonna just do that real quick. Joker review. Man, I'm sick. The Guardian, pretty much, its title pretty much was The Joker Review, the most disappointing film of the year. That is a bold statement when 99% of society who've seen this movie have been pretty much praising it for its performance. Like, it's a bold statement to make, an absolute bold statement. Like, Joaquin Phoenix did a phenomenal job as the Joker. It's mind-boggling how well he did with this character. Like, he really captured the essence of what the Joker was all about. He did a pretty good job. We have another one here. Let's see which one. The Joker movie. Nah, see, this thing is, I don't know. A lot of people have an agenda. They really do have an agenda these days, which makes it more difficult now to trust them. How am I gonna trust reviews these days? And also, it creates a problem when you think about it, because now you'll have people who want to succeed, and they'll just pander to the public voices. So they'll just say things that they know that the public will agree with to try and pump up. They're not gonna give authentic reviews and criticism on the film. It's like, we live in a world, man. We live in a society that's so fucked up. They don't even realize it. But no, that's just my thoughts and opinion on it. I didn't go into too much detail. I think this video was just to focus on how divided we are as a society. A lot of people jumping and just doing all this crazy hula hoops just to prove that this movie is bad, just to prove that it's gonna create mass shooters. But it's like, you've had mass shooters for years now, and there weren't movies like this back then. Like, people were just prompted to just fucking go out there and kill people. Now, for me personally, I'm still not gonna sympathize with mass shooters in that sense. I know that's what I know that's what the biggest concern was for the people. Like, like I'm listening to the other side, the people who are calling this movie the worst movie of all time, and declaring it a really bad movie and a potential catalyst for mass shooters. And I can see probably what their biggest concern is, and that is the fact that this movie will end up making all of us feel more sympathetic to people who go out and who go out and commit mass shooting. To me, it's like, if you can feel sympathetic, I guess, to someone who's going through fucking hell and they end up snapping and killing a bunch of people, maybe that might be a great start to maybe start treating your neighbors a bit nicely, to not proclaim a person who probably lives with their mom or who's down on their luck to be incels. It's like, maybe if you be a little bit more nicer, these people will have no reason to go out and commit mass shooting. I'm just saying. But where I'm more focused on is that if you're gonna be sympathetic to, in their words, to a white male mass shooter who obviously was created because society has failed them, let's also have that same sympathetic viewpoint to all the other races. Do you know what I mean? To blacks, like, you don't really hear black people go out and just commit mass shooting, but some of the crimes, the black on black crimes, is somewhat a product of society and the way they've been treated in the past. Show a little bit sympathetic to those people as well. I don't want to stereotype here, but a lot of the terrorists who commit terrorist on religious beliefs just so happens to also be of a certain ethnic group, and they are also a product of society failing them and just creating messed up ideology in their heads, and they start off as children as well. So this is a good example as well with the Joker. His fucked up head started as when he was a kid. So he was abused, he was mentally assaulted, physically assaulted, he was just having the shittiest life any child could possibly have, and that led up to the fucked up mindset that he has now. I'm just saying, let's open up sympatheticness to everyone. Everyone. Not just white males who go out. Why is my voice dying? Not just white males who go out and just kill a bunch of people because they had one bad day. It's a complicated topic, to be honest, really. Like, of course, yeah, if you watch the movie, you will feel sympathetic for, the Joker. I mean, we can all somewhat kind of relate, somewhat, in the sense that, not to go out and kill people, but in the sense that we've all been in those situations where just life just keeps on kicking you down. I don't know. See, this would have been such an easy topic to discuss if the fucking liberals didn't just, or the progressive, I don't know which side this actually comes from, didn't make it seem so awkward to try and say, oh, I can sympathize with a fucking mass shooter. Do you know what I mean? But I think if we want to progress, we need to have these topics. We need to have these discussions. So yeah, no, for me, as I've said this before, what did I actually say? It feels awkward. What I'm trying to say is that maybe if we have more sympathy to each other, maybe if you just assume everyone's having a shitty day, that'll make it a lot easier for you to be nice and so on. That's kind of like the way I go about it. Like, when I see people smile and having a good time, I'm always telling myself that they're smiling today, but they're probably doing so to hide the pain that's in their heart right now. And pretty much we all do this. You can be happy, smiling, doing all that shit, but then deep down you're probably going through some shit right now. So yeah, I don't know. This video was just fucking weird. It was so weird. I'm just saying is that if we're gonna have sympathy for white male shooters, if this movie somehow does end up creating that fearful ideology that the left is trying to avoid, let's extend that sympathy to everyone, because everyone is a product of society and some of us have it worse than others. Yeah. Good movie though, go watch it. Anyways, I'm Pyros and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.